Shelby County. So that really grabs my attention anytime I see that, especially with a storm like this. Typically in the summertime, we don't have quite as much wind shear that allows these storms to rotate. So often what we're dealing with this time of the year is damaging straight line winds. And if you do have some damage where you are, if there's some trees toppled, some power outages, most likely it's associated with straight line winds. That's what we're seeing with a lot of these storms here. These are pulse thunderstorms that develop, and then as the rain falls and cools things off, they collapse and they weaken. And sometimes that process of storms collapsing, that's what leads to some of these damaging wind gusts that we have. You may have heard us mention the term before, microburst, and in some situations we can have those strong winds like that out of the storms. That's what Jill's showing, that strong downdraft from those storms now pushing down into northern Shelby County. Let's show you some areas being impacted. Inverness, Indian Springs Village, Oak Mountain State Park, Pelham areas right now dealing with the leading edge of some of those high wind gusts. And the National Weather Service, if you actually read the statement on this severe thunderstorm warning, is for the possibility of considerable wind-related, it's a considerable threat, considerable damage possible from these kind of winds here. 60 to 70 mile-per-hour winds, what we're tracking now in the Birmingham area. Let's get back to radar mode, because the other component that really has my attention here is that threat for flooding in the Birmingham area. You know, with these flood situations, we often say it happens in a flash. One minute you're talking about a storm, the next minute you start seeing all these pictures of flooded roadways. And the rain rates right now in the Birmingham area, 6 to 7 inches per hour that we're seeing in some areas right now around the Sipcoville. Well, the one good thing here, Jill, it looks like this storm is starting to weaken a little bit. The rain rates have backed off based on the latest scan. Now we're showing 2-inch. We're looking at rain totals. There we go. Okay, that's more like it. Yeah, you see the rain rates here showing 5 to 7 inch rainfall rates per hour on this around Birmingham and now Homewood, and it is absolutely pouring on 65 right now from the junction. That's just blinding rain there. 65 back over the mountain, Shades Mountain back in here towards Hoover. That is Lakeshore Parkway that you're looking at right here is Lakeshore. So that kind of help you out, know where some of this heavier rain is located. And then the leading edge of that now pushing in, there's Pelham, the Tank Farm exit right in here, and Alabaster. All right, let's get into Trussville and check out some other areas, Jill, and I do want to go north of Birmingham as well. So Trussville, Leeds, this is a severe storm as well, and look at that right there along I-20. That is going to be some very heavy rain impacting the drive. The outlets are over in this area, Barber Motorsports Park, so you can kind of see where some of that heavier rain is falling. And by the way, Moody Parkway and then areas back in towards Pell City, the way this is moving, this will just continue to fill in here. If you are watching me and the rain's not quite as heavy just yet, it's about to move in. Cook Springs area, that's another area I want to give you that first alert. There's Chula Vista as well. There's Pell City and Logan Martin. If you have any friends or have any loved ones that's been out trying to cool off on the water today at Logan Martin, they need to be getting to shore, getting to a shelter, any water body out there with this threat of cloud-to-ground lightning that we have. There's Bynum, Anniston, and Oxford. These storms tracking south. This is Clay County here being impacted. Jill, I want to check in on Tuscaloosa. Big concert happening there tonight out at the Tuscaloosa Amphitheater, and want to check out what's happening there in the downtown area. And I know there were some storms that were east of town and also some storms that were south of Tuscaloosa, but at this point, as we get back into West Alabama, looks like the heaviest of the rains to the north. There's Tuscaloosa. The amphitheater's right here. You can see that heavier rain and storms tracking in back towards Knoxville, and also some heavy rain also around Reform. Let's go north and get a quick check on some of these areas. Jill, let's put this in future radar mode for folks here around Jasper, Hanceville, and Aniana. I've been watching these areas as well. It looks like Warrior, next 60 minutes, you can see that rain will start to taper off in these areas. Also around Jasper and Dora, Summiton's in here as well. So big impacts. It looks like Talladega, Shelby County, a lot of this starting to slide on further south. We're going to whatever and send those. Yeah, well,